talk about something that sounds really simple, but it's actually the beating heart of almost every bit of maths your child will ever do. Do you know what I'm going to say? Place value. Now, before you switch off and think, oh yes, I know what that is, let me ask you something. Could you explain it clearly to your child if they asked? Could you show them why it matters without pointing to a chart or writing anything down? Because here's the thing, place value is the key to understanding numbers. Without it, maths turns into nothing but memorization tricks. But with it, everything suddenly starts to make sense. Think about place value like houses on a street. Each house looks similar on the outside, but what makes them different? It's where they're located. A family living in number 2 isn't the same as the family living in number 20, even though both addresses have a number 2 in them. Well, numbers work the same way. You see, a 2 can represent 2 ones, 2 tens, 2 hundreds, 2 thousands. The digit itself doesn't carry the meaning. The place does. And when a child finally gets this, the fog of maths confusion begins to clear. Does that make sense to you so far? Can you see why this idea is so powerful? Let's make it really clear with a simple example. Imagine the number 34. Now, if I asked your child, what does the 3 mean? What would they say? Some kids will say it's a 3, but a child who understands place value will say it's 3 tens. And that one word, tens, tells you instantly they get it. Now, if we look at 342, the 3 isn't tens anymore, it's in the hundreds position. It's the same digit, totally different meaning though, all because of where it sits. And that's just working with simple numbers. Do you see how it works though? It's not maths magic, it's actually maths logic. Now, here's where the struggle happens for so many children. Maybe they're told to line up the numbers in addition or subtraction, and no one ever really explains why they have to do that. So they line them up, maybe even in an algorithm, quite mechanically, sometimes correctly and sometimes not. But when mistakes happen, they blame themselves and they think, I didn't get this, I must be bad at maths. But the truth is, no one showed them the logic of place value. For example, try to think of building a Lego construction and you're not given the instruction sheet. You might use all the pieces, you might put it together, but it might collapse. And that's exactly what maths can feel like without a solid grasp of place value. Do you see the problem? Now let's have a think about connecting this to everyday life, because maths isn't just about worksheets, is it? You see, maths happens in real life situations, and if your child understands place value, they'll understand money. For example, what's the difference between a $5 note and a $50 note? They both have a 5, but the value is completely different, isn't it? Your child needs to really understand that difference. Or think about shopping. You go to pick up something and it's $13, and then you see something else and it's $30. They've both got a 3, same digit, but totally different place value because they're in a different place. So would you expect your child to understand the difference if no one ever explained that the 3 is in a different place, so it's got a different meaning, it's got a different value? Now, this is why some children seem quite confused with large numbers. It's not that they don't care, it's that the foundation of place value was never built solidly. Can you see how this one idea actually ripples out into almost everything in life? We need to build confidence through place value. And here's the exciting part. You see, once children really understand place value, their confidence skyrockets. And suddenly big numbers don't scare them anymore. They see patterns. They notice how digits shift when you multiply or divide by 10. And they start predicting answers instead of guessing them. And as a parent, you can encourage this by asking simple questions like, what does that 4 mean in this number? Or how many tens are hiding inside that number? Or if I move that digit one place to the left, what would happen to its value? And even just a minute of these great conversations at the dinner table, in the car, or when you're at the shops, it can make your child think, wow, I really understand this. And that feeling of understanding is what fuels confidence. Can you picture yourself doing something like this with your child this week? So let's step back and have a think. You know, place value isn't just another maths topic, it's the foundation. And if your child understands place value, they can climb the ladder of maths with confidence. But if they don't, every step feels quite shaky, doesn't it? And here's what I want you to take away. You don't have to be a maths teacher to help your child with this. You just need the right tools, the right conversations, and the right guidance. And that's why I want to give you a free resource that I've created called More Than Numbers. It's written especially for parents to help you see the bigger picture of your child's maths journey. And inside you'll find simple, powerful ways to support your child. Practical strategies that makes maths click. So if you've ever thought, I want to help, but I just don't know how, this is for you. Download your free copy of More Than Numbers today and give your child the foundation that will support their entire future in maths. Because it is more than numbers, isn't it? It's confidence, it's clarity, and it's the belief that they can succeed.